Okay, Malibu. All right. Give it a few minutes. We don't need that glare right there. Let's move that light back. There we go. Okay. Give it a few minutes. It is Wednesday, isn't it, Malibu? Hey, Annette. Hi, Missy. How y'all doing? We got the cloud here today. Hi, Terry. How you doing? Let's see. Wilcox, April. I said hi to Annette. Hi, Judio. How you doing? Okay. Well, thanks for stopping in for a minute and saying hi on your way to your appointment. Dawn. So yeah, Malibu's wanting to be up here. Hi, Yvonne. Let's see. Checking to make sure Missy catch everybody. Wilcox, I forget your name. I know YouTube's thrown us back to our old names. Let's see. There's Kat. Hi, Kat. Thanks again, Kat. I sent you a thank you anyway. Email back. Oh. I think I saved Terry's Instagram. She did the prompts. Let's go back over there. Did I put it in my phone? Did I put it in my photos? Let's look. There it is. Yeah, I'll show it here and we'll get a few more people in. Let's see. You just do such awesome illustrations, Terry. Let's see who else. Am I missing anybody so far coming in? No snow in that. We didn't get snow or ice. We're south of Atlanta, so we didn't get it down here. We got a lot of rain, but it didn't. There was a couple spots that got cold, but it wasn't really down here. Yeah, so we were good. Hi, Tori. How you doing? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. There's Janet's coming in saying good morning to everybody. Let's see, Keeks. Who else? New here. Hello. Let's see, Gypsy. What do you like to go by? Gypsy Soul. Welcome. Let's see. And yeah, I clicked on Janet coming in. Let's see. Scrolling. Cindy. Okay, let me write that down because I won't remember. I like to call y'all by the names y'all have here for the most part because that way people know who I'm talking to. Like if I start saying Cindy, then people are going to go, "Who's Cindy?" They don't know. But I will put it. I'll write you down, but I can't promise I'll be calling you Cindy every time. But I did write it down, Cindy. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Okay, I think I've said hi to everybody come in so far. And yeah, I got calendars. I did go to the bookstore yesterday. And all right, now I can move over. Malibu decided to kind of squunch. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and move this up. Let's brighten it up a little. Malibu decided to go lay on her little nest. I have a little nest for her down next to me. Hi, Val. Happy, wonderful Wednesday. Cindy Daly. Let's see. I had my name from my channel. YouTube changed all the stuff. Yeah, I know, right? That went back to all our old names. So hi, View. Tori, let's see, your Christmas card And my prize both turned up last week. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad they made it all the way to Ireland, Tori. Yes, calendar day. I didn't get a lot. Oh, thanks. Yeah, these are some of the bracelets. Well, these two and this one and this one. These are from Denise. These ones right here are from Auntie Mame, and she gave me these a while back. And but they matched. So, and then I did my fingernails to match too. This one's already peeling off. So anyway, I went to Books a Million, and they usually don't start their $3 calendar sale until the first week of February. For some reason, they did it the end of January this year. It's first year I remember. Unless it sometimes it's crossed over like the 31st to the first, depending on when the days of the week. But it's usually the first week of February. But I got lucky. It was $3 day. Well, $3 till they sell out, I guess, or however long they keep them out. So I didn't get a lot of them, but I got a few. And I think 5 or 6. 1, 2, 3. I got six. I got six of them. So I'll show them here in a minute. And then I think we're going to color in Wondrous Folk. Just because it's got the heavier of the papers to do some watercolor in. So I haven't done any watercolor. Janet makes me want to watercolor every time she pulls out any watercolors. So we'll probably watercolor a little bit. Of course, I always add pencils. So so anyway, I think that's what we'll do. If y'all have anything else you want to see or do, just holler and we can do that. Hi, Ellen. Uh, I'm not trust me, I'm not a watercolorist, but I still like to color with watercolor, especially in some books. So I could have pulled out the one you're working in, the gooly, what the one that has the kind of watercolor papers in it. But I don't know how many. And again, different people have different taste and different color books. But this one's pretty. It's kind of cardstock weight, so it should be okay. I try not to oversaturate. You know, got Master's Touch watercolors. Okay, did you get a set like this? Or did you get the tubes that you have to squeeze into a palette? What kind did you get, Ellen? Let's see. Who else? So thanks, everybody, for popping in. April, did I say hi to you? I think so. Like this? Okay. This right here is they're individuals squeezed in and combined. This is a mishmash set. Some of them have been, some of them are not. They came this way in pallets. Some of them have been squeezed in. If you can tell the difference. You can tell the difference between the ones squeezed in and the ones that came in other pallets, right? And this one's just my handy one. And plus, I have my down the middle here. I have the Jean Haynes, a little dot of Jean Haynes down the middle that came in tubes. So I love the Jean Haynes set. So I got those down the middle. But yeah, so we're going to use this. Let's see. I am a mixed media artist that suddenly fell in love in the world of coloring books. Already have the supplies. I am loving the colors. Okay, well I'll go look at your channel later and follow you unless I already do. Gypsy Soul. I'm not sure if I follow you. How often do you post? Or we'll get over there and visit you. Let's see. So thanks everybody for being here. If you're going to talk, if you want to ask me any questions or talk to me, once I start here, put it in caps. Put it in caps so I know you're talking to me. I won't think you're yelling at me. And so I'll just know you're asking me a question or talking to me. Because once I start doing things and the chat's really rolling, hi Karen, I might miss you. I don't like anybody to think that I'm missing them on purpose because I don't. But so that's why I asked that y'all put it in caps. Art Mingle, good to see you. It's been a while. And Dot, hi Dot. And y'all keep Dot in your prayers for her health. Y'all keep dotting your prayers. And so, yeah, y'all keep dotting your prayers. Let's see. Karen Merritt. Who else am I seeing here? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and show the calendars. Then we'll work in the color book. I haven't picked a page yet. Look at that cover. Isn't that just so pretty? And I've been trying to use like stickles or liquid pearls. I'll pull out my color book. What do you call it? Because that's where my pages that I've colored in all my Christine Karron. I put them in a binder. Let me move this here. Let's see. I didn't pull the binder, but I'm going to pull the binder here. Let me move this. Little Jenga here. Oh, I got some sleeves sitting here too. Hang on. And I'll show you some of the other Christine Karrons that we've colored. All right, let me get to that. There we go. All righty. Hi, Tina. Good morning. Tina comes in saying good morning to everyone, which helps me because then I can see, did I miss anybody? Hi, I said I'd avail. When Tina comes in and says hi to everybody, I go, oh, okay, I missed so-and-so. Okay, so let me go ahead. I'm going to move this to the side for a minute, and we'll look at the calendars that I got. And then we'll do some watercolor and probably pencil together. So if y'all are working on anything, well, wait, before we get going, let me go ahead and show Terry's Instagram post. Here we go. So the prompts that she used were cat toy, smile, spider web, party hat, and the 1940s. So, and this is just a photo. She's probably got more people that have liked it since I clicked on it, but I just took a snap of it so I can zoom in for y'all. Well, everyone seems to be having fun. Look at the cat toy there. Look, that's so good, Terry. There's a little cat down there. Everybody's smiling. Yes, but where did that web come from? It wasn't there earlier. Let's leave it there and see how many people we can scare. Hi, Debbie. I just love, she does a mixed media. She draws some, collages some. She handwrites all the text. It's just so good, Terry. So y'all go follow Terry Brett 3. There it is right there. Terry Brett 3 on IG, and she does them every week. We pull prompts every Monday, and usually by Wednesday, she has done something with them. Hi, Barbara Chicken Pot Pie Society. I got your happy mail. I was kind of waiting for you to come in before I showed it. Janet showed hers that you sent. Janet showed hers on Monday. Good to see you. Hi, Riri. I know, Dot, isn't it good? So let me show y'all some stuff that Barbara sent me here. This comes from the book Willie Pictures by Anthony Brown. The book is Parodies of Famous Masterpieces. Uh-oh. Did you get this one to Janet? It's because it's Mona Lisa. Y'all know I love Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa is my muse. But so cute. Oh my gosh. And so it's Willie's Pictures by Anthony Brown with an E at the end. Parodies of Famous Masterpieces. Too funny, Barbara. Now let's see what else she's got here. All right. We got Mick Jagger turns 82. I said, hey, you. Hey, you. Barbara's singing this now, right now. You got to imagine Barbara singing it, not me. And then let's see, she sent a couple little pictures that it looks like some ATCs from I'm not sure where they're from, but they're cute. And then here's chicken conspiracy. More like a turkey, but I'm calling it a chicken. Let me put this on the back here. Okay. Hey, are my glasses at the house? Oh my gosh. Took the turkey instead, or the chicken instead of the baby. Are my glasses at the house? Look. Ah, Barbara. Hi, CB. Laverne. Let's see. Now my eyes are watering. Okay. Yay, happy mail. I'm taking the little washi tapes and putting them on the back. Yay, happy mail. They're so fun. So fun. And Janet got one of these too. And we both went, we need this filled out. We need these checks filled out. All right, then let's see what we got here. An artist created a 1-ton life-size mammoth out of recycled farm equipment. These are so fun, Barbara. They're just so fun, you know. And then let's see here. There's a whole bunch of little comics and things. Okay. Do you prefer to have your medication hidden in the salmon or the beef tartare? How do you want your medicine hidden? Oh my goodness. All right, let's see. We got people in the United States eat more bananas than apples and oranges combined. Got my banana right there. Let's see what we got here. A postcard project. Okay, let's read this. Vermilion is known for the quaint downtown and lakeside charms, very small. Now it is also known for its public art. Vermilion's first public art installation, the Postcard Project, features 15 murals of vintage postcards spread around the waterfront town. The trail is an ode to Vermilion's heritage as a vacation destination. Some of the images featured scenes from vintage postcards and are as old as 100 years. Viewing the murals is a great activity any time of year, and 10 of them located in the historic downtown district make a great walking tour. A keepsake tour guide is available at Main Street, Vermilion. I'm not sure when this was, but it's interesting. Very interesting. Ernie, or is that Bert? That's Bert. Bert. A little sticker. Here's a little cardstock. Just all kinds of little things in the Happy Mail here. And let's see. Oh my goodness, these are great. Okay, let's see what this comic says. Buck, go run home and call the university. Tell them we finally bred an easy to draw horse. Oh my goodness, Barbara. And then she's got some pictures here. Just some different, looks like art. Oh, maybe it's an article. Okay, it's an article. How Monet shared a private world. It's an article. Obviously can't read all this now, but it's an article on Monet. So thank you, Barbara. And then let's see. This is Junie B, first grader at last. Junie B this was a series of books. I remember my, the girls when they were little reading Junie B, or maybe it was the grandkids. I don't remember, but I know that's a popular book series. So thank you so much, Barbara. I'll have to put some of these in let me show y'all. This is my everyday journal. My everyday journal. I'll put some of those in there, Barbara. So thank you so much. Very thoughtful. Okay, let me show y'all the calendars. All right, let me scroll back and see if I've missed anybody. Hi, Ray. Don't forget, guys, if you're talking to me, to put it in caps. Let's see. Scrolling. Hi, Marsh. Good to see you. Scrolling. Is that a Ray? Somebody's saying Joycey's here. I don't see her, but somebody's saying hi, Joycey. Unless they just mean Joyce Boring, who I already said hi to. Let's see. Riri, did I say hi to you, Riri? Yeah, thank you, Barbara. It was very fun. You like the easy to draw horse, Marsh? Let's see, Molly. All right, guys, don't forget, put it in caps if you're talking to me, because I'm going to look away and show y'all calendars, and we're going to do some watercoloring. So, yeah. So I got this haiku. This is, and again, I only got 6 calendars. They're at Books A Million. Every year, it's usually the first week of February. It just so happens, I went to look for the new Somerset art journaling, any of those. And they didn't have them. But the calendars were early $3 each. So I was glad I went in. And let's see. Let's see, what is this? Tara? Is that Tara? So let me just flip through them. And I tore this page out because I was going to use it. And I said, well, let me go ahead and show the calendars before I start using anything. All right, let's see how we're going to do this because they're big. Let's see. Let's go this way with it. Here we go. There we go. This one's a tall calendar, like probably 12 inches tall here. So, yeah. I love these little watercolor birds. So they were all $3. And that includes like the journal ones, the little leather ones, or the small calendars, or all the sizes. But View, it does not include things on the magazine rack. So like the Flow one that I bought Janet for her birthday, that is not considered a calendar. It's considered a magazine. So yeah. So that's not $3. There was no more of those left even at my Books A Million. So okay, so that is this one. There they all are there. Haiku. So there's that one. Then there's the farmer's market, and they all come with a cardboard. Make sure you keep these. These are good if you have to mail anything. If you have to mail any art, it's very easy to cut these down to size to use. And so I do keep those. I keep the boards. So farmer's market, and these are cool because they're ginormous. Okay, so that one's just the cover sheet there, but look how big they are. Look how fun these are going to be to put in my journal. I can't wait to fussy cut these out. Look at this. I mean, look, they're huge. And of course, calendars are 12 by 12. I'm pretty sure it's 12 by 12. Is it 12 by 12? See how big they are? Hi, Jane. Anybody else? So these will be really cool in a journal. Even if it's a background, have some little, creatures or aliens or an animal or something peeking out from behind. Little gnomes, So, yeah, I really like this one. And a lot of these I bought the last one, because they were for the last 2 or 3 weeks. They've been on sale for 50% off their normal price. So they were already on sale for 50% off. So this, when I went yesterday, they were $3. I don't know what day they started selling them at $3, but so there's that one. Then I got the Bob Ross, includes poster. So I haven't looked at the poster. Let's take out I just took the plastic off of them. I haven't really, delved into them too much. The market one I looked at. So anyway, what I like to do, this is backwards. Why is this? This is upside down. That's weird. I don't know. Oh, maybe that's supposed to be the poster. I'm not sure. Anyway, I saw a meme. It was really good. Bob Ross and we're gonna paint our pretty little clouds, and we're gonna do our happy little trees. I saw a meme that had chemtrails. Bob Ross painting chemtrails. Okay, anyway. So, but I like the Bob Ross ones because you can put all kinds of things. The scenes are very fun. You like that, Tina? They're very fun to put. Lisa, to put just all kinds of, you got your stickers. You can cut down your stickers, your collage fodder, and put them in the little scenes. They're easy art journal. In your journal, backgrounds, right? They're very easy to do a background. Look, you could have Nessie head popping out here, or octopus legs, tentacles all coming out. There's all kinds of things that you can do with the Bob Ross background. Bigfoot, have a Bigfoot here walking down this trail. uh, so anyway, I love Bob Ross's senior. Yeah, that's it. He's just okay. Let's see. Oh, this must be is this the poster? Wait a minute. Let's see here. I think this is the poster. Let's see this. Is this the poster? I have to see if I can. Okay, well, I'm not going to do it right now, but it's a long poster. Here's the right hand side. There's the left hand side. So this is a poster like this, but I'm gonna have to take out the staples to get to it. I'm going to take the time to do that right now. But that's the poster they were talking about. Again, you can do all kinds of fun things, coming out of the ocean. Yeah, I know. They're fun, aren't they, Terry? That's a nice, cool looking one. Maybe we should try to. I don't do oils, and he does. These are all oils, but maybe we could do something in acrylic sometime. We'll see. All right, so there's the Bob Ross, little squirrel on his shoulder. Then I got Enchanted Pathways. Take out the cardboard or the corrugate. Let's see. My Quiet Corner Carol. Said hi to Jane. Karen. I said hi to Karen. Okay, so this is Enchanted Pathways. These would be nice if you did a background in your journal. Like I have my red journal that I work in. And you could put some quotes along it. Isn't that cool? Little bicycle rider there. Who knows what's sitting on that bench? And of course, you can do reverse collage too and paint things out. You could paint out things, and like I could paint out all this white area with the acrylic paint and make a universe back there, stars, planets, spaceships back there in the background. I'm really liking that idea. Maybe I should do that. Uh-oh. That other one. Let's go this way. Let's go this way with it. So I'll pull that out. Maybe we'll do that. Okay. All right. So put a little rip in it. That's okay. just so, I don't know, just so inspirational for creativity in my mind anyway. So yeah, so there's all those. And that one is Enchanted Pathways. It's just too bright. I know it every time I remove something, it gets really bright because of the white. Let's turn that down just a little. There we go. Then the Flower Fairies. Let me take out this one's got a flap on it here. Let's take the cardboard out. Okay, Flower Fairies. I look for the Mary Englebright. Like I try to get Janet and myself one every year. They didn't have any Mary Englebrights. So let's see. Thanks, Tina. All right, so you can see these are the little flower fairies. I forget the name of the person that invented these in the, I don't know, 1800s, 19 something, you know. Oh, here we go. 1923, Cicely Mary Barker, Flower Fairies, have enchanted both adults and children around the world. The botanically accurate drawings in the 170 original illustrations, coupled with the enchanting fairy images based on real children from Cicely's sister's nursery school, appeal to our innate sense of magic and wonder. Cicely's artwork is here presented in a stunning new interpretation with delightful, sumptuous patterns featuring her beloved fairies. So you can see they're just kind of hidden in there and like wallpaper type thing where it's a repeating pattern. So I'll try to hold it up because they're kind of little. And there is a fairy, I have it somewhere, fairy flower color book. Probably more than one, but. You have fairies at the bottom of your garden, Dot? I have the ones that Samantha bought for me, and I put them in the garden. She's bought me some fairies for my garden. But I get you. That one's really cute. And there's all kinds of things. Cicely's fairy journals, blank journals, you know, there's all kinds of different things that you can buy of her stuff. Look at this one. That one's really pretty. Okay, so there we go. Flower Fairies. If anybody wants the ISBN on this, it's 9781835629541. And the original price is, what's the original price? It had probably the sleeve. It was probably on the sleeve. But probably between 15 and 20. Of course, that's, you know, I got all these for $3. And then Ansel Adams, which I'm not going to open this because I bought this one for Cameron. So I'm not going to open it, but I'll show y'all. Just hold it up so you can see. And of course, you know, Ansel Adams in his black and white photography. And so I'm going to leave the plastic over it. But yeah, so Ansel Adams. So giving this one to Cameron. So I'm not going to open it. All right, let's see here. Let me quickly, before we come, I want to do this real quick. I'm going to do this. We're going to cut this off. Hang on. I'll cut it down just a little. And I could mount it on back on the cardboard, you know. Let's take off. There's a hole up there from the calendar hole. And I could just put it in. Let me see. Do I want to put it in my journal? Well, I'll just go ahead and do it real quick. Can cut it down later. I just want to quickly take a minute. some acrylic paint. Thank you, Kat. That's way more than I need. All right, let's see. Do I have a handy brush? I pulled some brushes here for watercoloring. Let's just go ahead and grab this one. Hi, Angie. CB. Okay. I am just going to quickly, and it's shiny, so you got to kind of either put it on kind of thick or 2 coats. But I'll just put a lot, put at least 1 coat down here, just because I have the vision of this already. Visions of sugar plums dancing in my head. So what's everybody else working on? Terry did the prompt page already. How many of y'all raise your hand if you're doing a scabby hunt? If you're working on the scabby hunt, raise your hand. I see in other streams y'all talking about, at what point you are in the scabby hunt. So this can be a little foresty stuff down there. Hand raised view. My hands raised. All right, let's just do a little bit of. Who else? Let's see. Okay, lots of hands raised for the scavenger. CB, Terry Brett, Christina, Don P, Joyce Boring, Laverne, Molly, Lisa W. A lot of y'all are doing the scabby hunt. Missy, that's good to see. Janet goes, me. Ellen, y'all, and don't forget, guys, when you get at least 90 done, let Janet know, message her or email her and let her know so she can put you on the giveaway, the random drawing for everybody that finishes it and lets Janet know. She's going to put you in a drawing. So on April 1st or her stream closest to the April 1st, she's going to do a random drawing for a giveaway for everybody that participated. And you just have to have at least 90 done. So, okay. I can kind of fill in a little bit more up in here. I can do that later. Just kind of fill in so that the trees look like there's just some, black background behind the trees. Back in there. Let me get a piece of paper to put right up on that edge. So you can do this with their calendar pages, or you can just tear them up, cut them apart, just take the trees out, take a piece of the path out, whatever area you want to use in your art journal. Okay, I feel like a sneeze is coming on. So you can, use the whole page, a part of a page. There's a little tiny bench down there. I don't want to lose that little tiny bench. Just go around it. And I have not picked a color book page yet out of the book. I just picked the book, but I didn't pick a page. I didn't know if I wanted to use Wondrous Folk or the Tiny Folk, but I just went with the Wondrous Folk. I'll show all 3 books, but my heater came back on. Probably gonna have to go down and turn that down. It's pretty warm in this room. Don't really need the heater on in here. This would kind of look like kind of creepy forest something, doesn't it? Doesn't that look kind of creepy forest? Okay. Anyway, so there we go. And I can do more, dotting in here to make the background look black. So there we go for that. All right, I'm going to take a quick break and run down and turn down the heater. Let me clean my brush. It's not wanting to come very clean. Let me get a baby wipe. Hi, Miriam. Just love how that paint completely, it does, right, Terry? It does. Now I got to put this somewhere where it's out of my way because it's black acrylic and we're not going to be using the acrylic paint. Well, we may, you never know. All right, hang on, guys. Give me just a second. Hopefully they'll turn off in just a minute. Okay. Oh, the other color boxes. The calendars won't slide up on them. Okay. So we are going to color in Wondrous Folk. Move that down just a tad there. And but I'll show you the other two. Wildflower Folk was the first one. This was the second one, and Little Folk is the newest. So let's see. Okay. So I'm going to start with the one we're going to color in that. And again, I'll show you in my book the ones that I've colored out of these books. I cut them out and put them in plastic sleeves. So they're in my binder here. All right, let's turn the brightness down just a tad. There we go. Let's see. Said hi to Angie. Mama 4. Thanks, everybody, for being here. All right, so Wondrous Folk. Oh, let's see. I'll go ahead and zoom in, too. There we go. All right. Lemon water. Now I got to take a bite of banana. Hang on. Keep the voice going. Okay. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to do a flip of the book, but again, a lot of the pages have been taken out and are in my binder. Tickling my throat. So I'm just going to kind of do a quick flip. I have not decided. I'm going to look through this, and if I come across something that really strikes me, I'll go ahead and post it. Thank you, Tina. So I might do something like this for Valentine's or something. I have done this page twice. This was in one or two of her other books, or I printed it. No, I didn't print it out. I don't know, but I've colored this one twice. View has one of them. So I like her. I like all of them. You know, I'm just trying to kind of think about, because I'm going to do watercolor, kind of try to think of what I want to do. you know. And I've done her, which I'll show y'all in the book here in a minute. I like her too, holding a bunch of flowers. I like that little girl with the ice cream. That's cute. This would be a good one for pan pastel. This one's like, this will be good because she could have green and blue hair. We might do her because she's like a mermaid, you know. Might do her. We'll see. Another kind of mermaid. What was the name of this one? Because she names them all. I didn't know. We'll see. Mermaid's Heart, and she's got the koi fish. Although koi fish aren't a saltwater fish, they wouldn't be in the ocean, would they? But it's okay. There's one of those angler fish with the light on its head. I've drawn him for Inktober before. This one's called Mona. Nixie. They all have little names. Nova. I've done this one. No, this is the one I gave you. Isn't it, View? This one right here? And View may not already. She might have already left. Oh, there she is. I should have bought more of her PDS. Okay. So again, I've cut a few of them out because they're in my binder. Strawberry Dream. That one might be good to do in red and pinks. Sugar Skull. I think I've done this one. And that's it. So I think out of all these, I think I like her. So we'll probably do her. But let me quickly show you. Let me see, where can I put this? No place to put it. Okay, so Wildflower Folk, I'll do a quick flip just so y'all can kind of see. And again, I've cut out. Now, some of them I started. I went through one day and I just decided to do a bunch of the skin on some of them. Some of them I finished and put in the binder. Some are still in here waiting to be completed. So I'm just going to kind of flip. I really love this book too. I think I have 2 copies of this one. Just so y'all can get an idea. I have to try to remember to do her. I think I started her last St. Patrick's Day. Let's see. Kimberly. Hi, Kimberly. Oh, thanks, View. This one, I like this one because the water, her hair and everything comes down like into the water. Just so y'all can kind of see what's in the books. They're all beautiful. You'll love. I've done her. You've had, they're all. You'll love any of them. Again, another one started. And this, you can see, these are alcohol markers. I'll cut some out here. Baby Dragon. Okay, so that's Wildflower Folk. And then the last one is Little Folk. And they're just nice books. They're just nicely done. Nice covers, sleeves on them. Okay, let me go from the back again. And I've done a few out of this one too, and they're in the book. I'll do a quick flip in the book. I think I colored the baby dragon one. I love those books. They're really, they are nice books, right? And Tina, when Tina says they're nice books, that means that the paper passes the Tina test. Because Tina's picky about her paper. She don't like any of the Amazon paper books, And they can be a little tricky to color, the copy paper essentially. But you can always, make a copy for yourself on cardstock or watercolor paper. The Tina test, yes. And you see how many there are. There's a lot of pages. The girl who colors with the crayons, yeah, that would be Cat and Paste. If y'all don't follow Cat and Paste, let me see if I can bring up her IG here. And Tina too. Tina doesn't color with crayons, but she colors amazing as well. Okay, so that one is, and again, there's missing pages out of all of these, and I'll show them here. Hang on, let me go over to Instagram while we're thinking about it, so don't forget. And Cat and Paste. Cat Paste has a YouTube channel. And let's see here. Instagram. Cat. So Cat and Paste. Cat and Paste _ And here's one. I think this is done with color. Yeah, this is done with well, maybe this one's done with, I didn't read this one. I hadn't seen this one yet. Hang on, let me like it. Let me read what it says. Crayola oil pastels. Okay, so this one's Crayola oil pastels. Let me find you a couple Crayola ones. Let's see. Maybe this one. I don't see what it says. Okay, let's see. Well, I think that might be Crayola. You'll have to go follow her to see all the different options that she's done. I think this one is one. No, this is Neocolor 2s. She colors with a little everything, guys. But go over there. Thank you. Cheshire Cat just put a link to her Instagram. So you can go see. She's done, let's see, this one. I think this one is, she's got some overlays over some of them, so I can't really show them because overlays are overlaying it. So I can't really show them. But anyway, go follow Cat and Paste, and then let me go ahead and look at Catacomic. Catacomic 64 is Tina. That's our Tina. And she does some amazing pictures as well. Look at this. Let me go ahead and see if I can. So this one's new. Oh, that's since 5 days ago. I missed that one, Tina. I missed that one. So go follow Tina. I love that one, Tina. So yeah, Catacomic 64 is Tina. Okay, so let's see here. So here's some of the ones. There's called Flower Earring. That's the name of Christine Karron's. And, I've done different things with them. This one I think has an ink, and you'll have to go look at the videos. I don't remember everything that they are done. And so did this one. But these are my recent ones in, what do you call it? Christine Karron. This one's got not stickles, but I forget. Is it the shiny stuff? It's one of the shiny things, and then some what do you call it? Liquid pearls around her face there, and liquid pearls inside that's stickles and something else. So this one has got white stickles all over her. See. So there's this one. and liquid pearls up there. The dimensional stuff is liquid pearls. And another reason I cut my pages out and mount them on cardstock and put them in sleeves is because of the dimensional. If I put anything dimensional on them, you can't really keep it in the book and have it stay flat. You'll be trying to color over lumps and bumps and stuff, you know. So yeah. This one's Christmas Joy. We've done these in the last couple of months, you know, before Christmas, and liquid pearls there. I love this one, Scratchy Sweater. Let's see if I get the light, just grab a little, there we go. Tried to make it scratchy. This one's got the liquid pearls and stickles. It's white liquid pearls. I've cream color. Well, I have a lot of different colors of liquid pearls, but this one's just white liquid pearls to make it look real pearly. Didn't finish her face. This one's not done. I have a few here that I've got in progress. So these are all in progress. Different what do you call it, papers for alcohol markers. All right, so I got those. They're just not in their sleeves yet. I'll do a quick flip. Oh, I got something in my eye. Sorry, guys. Dang it. I got a cat hair in my eye, I think. All right, let's see here. So I'll just do a quick flip. If you see any, this is all painted backgrounds. And of course, they're in sleeves. So let me just give you an example. How the different colors. See how the black is much blacker. But I'm not going to pull every single one of them out. But just know that they're hazy because of the sleeve. It's not because it's not in focus. It's because they're in plastic sleeves. But if there's any of them you want me to take out, I will. But I'm just going to do a quick flip. And on the backs, on the individual ones, I have the name of the book and stuff. Oh, I got cat hair in my eye. Oh. Doodler's Anonymous book. I'm coloring mandalas at the moment with Caran d'Ache crayons. Wow, Dot. Mandalas are hard to color as is. Are you painting them? Or are you using Neocolor? I mean, like water soluble or hard, just wax crayons? This was a double page spread. And these are quite old. And I did these some years ago from the Doodler's Anonymous book. And these are works in progress. This one and this one. I was playing with, I think, I forget what else. Yeah, this is 2018. These are Linda Ravenscroft, and she's from UK, so the size is taller. So they stick out at the top just a little bit because of the height. And then these right here are Christine, not Christine Karron, what's her name? Kristen, I didn't mount, this one didn't get mounted. Oh, hang on, it's probably on this one. Nope, I didn't do it on these two. I don't know why I didn't do these two. I usually write them all on the back. Glorious Ink is her color book name or her artist name, but Glorious Ink, both of these, this one too. And she did not have fangs. I gave her fangs. Oh, so anyway. And this is a random color book. I forget this one. And these are I don't want to stop and try to think of all the names because I'll be here all day. Let me see if I put the name on this one here because this is all this. I try to keep the same people to kind of together, But this one is one that I added lots of liquid pearls to. I need to organize this better. Here's what's her name? It's written on here, but I can't read it. I can't read her name. Anyway, these got stencils in the background. Stencils. Here's the one with Christine Karron's, the one that's in the book that I just said I've done this one before. So this one, it's got stickles and come on. There we go. And she was not a mermaid. I made her one with the skin, stenciling her skin. And then these are getting into, what is her name? I just got a new dragon book, Jasmine Beckett. Jasmine Beckett Griffith. These are, and they're in 4 or 5 of different of her books, but these pages here are all from her books. These right here. Thank you, Alan. And some have stickles on them, and some are not. I like her. I like her. I like everything about her, and that's all paint in the background. And then these are Christine Karron from some of her other books that are the thin paper, thinner books and thinner paper before she started doing these nicer books. These are some from the other kind of books that she had. And that one as well. This one is from Aikiko, I think is the name of it. These Japanese ones. These 3 right here are the first 3 color book pages that I did with pan pastel. her, and her. Well, and there's paint, and then there's, some detail and stuff. But I did basically everything started with pan pastel. And these are Christine Karron's portrait series. And so that's these. See, this was in another one of her books, in one of the thinner books. So there's that one. These are all Christine Karron's. And this one's got liquid pearls all over it. Let me pull this one out. Because it was called Lilies and Pearls. So you can see this one's covered with pearls. Thank you, Kat. Kat put in Jasmine's Amazon store. I love her too. She's got stickles all over her little body. This one, I put a real tea bag in her coffee cup. Just hanging out there, her teacup. So these are all Christine Karron's as well. This was Lana Green. I like this one too. Lana Green. I've done a lot of Lana Green ones. And what's her name? Let me see if I wrote it on. I know I wrote it on some of them. Anyway, I made her a vampire and put little things in her neck. And I can't, what did I write? I don't know. That's Lana Green. I can't read her name. Her, anyway, I made her into a tiger. She did not have leopard skin or fangs, but I turned her into a cat. See her pupils? I gave her cat pupils. Get another sip of my water. No, I don't think it's not Grazia Salvo. No. Somebody, but I have some of those too, but that's Mario. There we go. Thank you. Mario Budak. That's it. Mariola Budak. That's who it is. More Lana Green. This is the little gnome house book that we got kind of recently. This is a Western book. Hubster did this one, and I did this one. He actually colored on stream. This was back in 2019. And they look kind of washed out because of the sleeves. But I don't want to take them all out. And I think he colored that one, and I colored that one. And then this is from the comic book color book. It's all vintage comics. And then these are in works in progress. Mary Engelbreit. This one was I turned her into a collage queen. She was in one of the color book, one of these color books. I forget the names of them. There's some of them are written on the back. Most of them are written on the back. Here's a gnome house. We just did that recently. Again, these got stickles all over them. They're glittery. I think that's it. Oh, wait, we got a couple more here. Leaf Rider here. And then this one is, again, these are Christine Karron. Let me see if I can get her around here. It's going to be hard to get back in. Let's see if I can peel her out there. Here we go. With the liquid pearls. And some different Prismacolor combos and things. So anyway, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, there's another little gnomey house. And and these are just the page. These are the pages that I've taken out of the books. I have a lot, like my hardback fairy tale books. There's like 3 or 4 different artists that have done the Hannah. I'm sorry, I got too many names in my head right now. I can't think of all the color book names. Anyway, I don't cut those out. I don't cut the ones out of hardback books. But anyway, so there we go. All right, so let's see here. Oh, no. Who else am I missing? Don't forget to put it in caps if you're talking to me. All right, so now let's go back over to her. Oh, I did need to get some water. Let's see. Get one of my little... We can use this. I'll just go get some water in this real quick. Hang on. I do have a water brush and some different brushes. And again, I've not planned. Got some water here. I've not planned this out. So let's see here. I'll get my watercolors here. We'll just spritz them down. I know I'm not going to need them all, but let's just have them at the ready. A little bit of water down. Okay. Baby wipe. Half the time I can barely. Well, I try to remember as many. That's why I usually write everything down, because that's how you remember things. You write it all down, especially all the different artist names. And if I haven't pulled them out recently, I'm not going to remember. Okay, it's going to have to go this way because I'm right-handed. So let's see if I can, let me get a clip. Do I have one? There's one. I can't remember all the color book. Oh, great. I can't remember all the color book names off the top of my head. There we go. All right. All right. Now we're cooking. Yeah, Paul Rubens watercolor. Paul Rubens is a good one too. These are all multi different sets that I put together in this Meaden case. I also have, not that you'll want to see every watercolor I have, but I'll show you some. I took all my Jane Davenport and my Prima. You know, Janet was talking about that on Monday, the little sets of Jane Davenport and Prima. Took all those out and put them in a warm and cool set. And I just buy these. You can buy these Meaden cases empty, and you buy the little half pans. Okay, so these are those sets of Jane Davenport, 5 or 6 sets of Jane Davenport, and 5 sets of Prima sets. And so I have these as well. Haven't really played in these very much since I put them in here. You can see I've used them when they were in the other sets, when they were in the other tins, I should say. And I haven't used them that much being in these tins yet. It seems like I always reach for this, as you can see. But I did just deconstruct those other sets because I wasn't using them in the sets. And so I thought, well, you know, I think Janet did the same, except she put hers in a wooden box. She refabricated a cigar box for hers. And then I have a couple sets of the Kuretake, Gamzai Tambi Kuretake. This is one of the newer sets, and then this one's old. I've had this one for many years. Let's see if I can get this one. There we go. So I got these. And they come in these nice boxes. Of course, you know, I use them so they get wet and stuff. And this is the what set is this? Trying to think of the name of this set. But anyway, yeah, I use these. I like them. I do like those. And let's see, what else do I have over here? I got a whole bunch of Jane Davenport things, different sets of Jane Davenport that weren't in the tins. Her cakes, her layer cake paints. These, you know, these have 2 in each one, 2 different colors in each one. The layer cakes and the wheels. I have about 9, I think 9 or 10 of her wheels, the layer cake color wheels. And I do like these too. Art Nouveau set. Thank you, Karen. Yeah, that Gansai Tambi, or Tambi, however you say it. It was the Art Nouveau set. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. All right, I'm not going to worry too much about the background right now. I might ink some stenciling in the background later, or pan pastel it. I don't know. I could just, you know what? Let me just go ahead and I'm going to take it. I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner. I'm going to end up taking it out of here anyway, so I might as well just go ahead and cut it out because these end up in the sleeves. So I might as well just cut her out now and put her on a piece of cardstock. There we go. All righty then. And let's get a piece of cardstock out from under here. Big enough. I want a 12 by 12. Do I have a 12 by 12 under here? Well, sort of 12 by 12. I don't want to crease on anything. Let me just find another. Hang on. Let me get out and find one. Okay. Where'd she go? Did she fly away? Where'd she go? Did I tuck her back up under here? I did. I tucked her up under the sheet here. All right. There we go. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Scrolling back to see if I missed anybody. Oh, thanks, Kat. Yeah, the empty meetings. And you can buy the little half pans, you know, 2 dozen for just a few dollars to put in there, put the in, the little pans. If you want to use your tube watercolors, if you want to use your tube watercolors and fill the pans like most of these are, and you can tell which ones are not and which ones are. Like that's like probably from a Jane Davenport or a Prima. Those. So those little sets, y'all know what I'm talking about. All right, let's see what we want to start with here. Finally get to coloring. Missing Mermaid. Yeah. I have a full set of ink tints. I don't love them. A couple things. One, they don't seem to dissolve completely for me when I use them. They don't, and I know they're supposed to be when you dissolve them that they're waterproof. I haven't found that to be the case. Also, they're very hard to degranulate, if you will, to completely dissolve them. I don't know. They're not my favorite, but I have them. I've had them for, I don't know, ever since they came out, however many years ago that was. So let's see. Scrolling. Okay, don't forget now, put it in caps because I won't see it if you don't. All right, let's see what we can start with here. Do I want to start with just something in her hair? So I'm going to want her to have blue and green hair, both. All right, I'm put my water over here, this side here. All right, there we go. Try to stay in frame here. All right, let's clean a little spot. All right, I'm going to want some nice bright green. And I'm also going to want probably this nice turquoise blue. It's going to be very color booky, right? Okay. So I'm going to put blue and green. I have to get a smaller brush when I get out here on the outer edges of her hair. I just clean my brush in a baby wipe, or I can rinse it too. But I kind of do both. Do y'all want me to zoom in? I think I should, right? There we go. Is that a little better? That's better. And of course, I can always go back in with pencil. Now, if you go back in with pencil on your color book pages, make sure that it's 100% dry or you will peel and or tear your paper. So you got to make sure it's 100% dry before you do that. And there's little bubbles here. And again, I haven't gone all the way out to the edge because I'll do that with this. I'm just using the kind of the angle of the brush right now. But some of these are going to need to be thinner when I go out to the edge. And if you want to layer and layer, which you always want to do most times in watercolor, on a thinner paper, I mean it's not copy paper thin, but you want to let it dry before you get too many layers, or you'll peel or tear your paper. So you want to make sure that you dry it, let it dry it before you start getting too many layers on this paper, because this is not watercolor paper. I can't stress that enough. This is not watercolor paper. It's probably maybe, I don't know. I don't think it's 9. I say maybe 60. It's not, but it's not watercolor paper. It's very smooth. I think I'll give her one green eye and one blue eye. So you're not sure if she has blue eyes or green eyes. It could be either one, reflecting off of her hair. I'm terrible with watercolors and tried coloring with them, but everything looks super messy. Well, what I would do if I was you, I would practice with your watercolor and then go in and detail with pencil. After it's dry, go in with pencil and fix things, you know? And you all know I usually try to hurry to get as much done, but with watercolor, you can only hurry so much. All right. All right, let me get a smaller brush. But if you have any questions, put them in caps. I'll try to answer them. I'm not a watercolor artist, but you can do a lot of things that you're not completely proficient in, as long as you got a little bit of practice in. A little bit of practice in. But things do take practice. Don't just pick up a brush and some watercolors and do one thing one time and say, well, I'm not good at that. I can't do that. You have to practice. And I have been doing art pretty much all my life. I won't tell you how old I am, but I've been doing art for at least 60 years. Let's see. Need to come back. Yes, pencils. And I like my Prismacolor pencils for pretty much everything. Although I have other color pencils. I love all my different pencils. But Prismacolor is just what I started with, and and Janet's the same way. We love our Prismas. Trying to find her hair strands here. A little bit of green, and then a little bit of blue. And the fish are going to be orange. They're going to be koi fish. Even though koi fish are pond fish, they're not ocean fish. Well, then there may be some version of koi fish that are saltwater fish, but usually mermaids are in the ocean, not in a pond. Let's see. Justy says, struggling with using ink tints. I find they are hard. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. They're not. It's not you. It's not your water. It's they. I think they're hard to. Maybe you mean reactivate. I don't know. I've found that they don't. I'm not saying they just completely reactivate like a watercolor, but they're not waterproof like some claim to say that they're not waterproof. Okay, little fish tail there, and then that's hair coming behind the fish here. But I don't find that they dissolve well. You know, I don't think they dissolve that well to when you're actually using them. Um, Hi, Arlene. Okay, that's all right. Well, thanks for stopping in. It's always good to see you. All right. So at least get a base layer. And again, we can always go in and darken areas up. It's part of a fish right there, but that's her hair is supposed to be kind of like the seaweed hiding the fish. So it is a little hard to kind of see some of the fish hidden back in there. But Janet's done some awesome watercolors over the years. She doesn't pull out her notebook or portfolio very often. You'll have to, get on her about that. All right, let's see. Let's clean another little spot over here. All right, let's get some orange. Again, just to get started here. And do the fish. What's y'all's favorite? Those that color, what's your favorite thing to color with? Color pencils, Neocolor, watercolor, acrylic, inks, or just a combo like on the same page? Do you like to mix media it up? Or you could be like cat and paste and do Crayola. I'm going to go back in. I think I'll add some black spots, like koi fish spots. But I'm going to let it dry or I'll hit it with the heat gun, one or the other. It's kind of hard to say. Maybe I don't know if I need to darken now. I can't darken it too much. Maybe just a tad there. Okay. Markers with pencil. I know I love markers too. I love, Joanne, I love my alcohol markers with coloring. View likes the Kuretake the best. Thanks, Justy. Yes. Well, yeah, they are. A lot of these are tube. A lot of them are tube watercolors. M. Graham. What's the other one, Janet? Janet will know. And these are Jean Haynes right there in the middle. Let's see. What's the one I'm thinking of? not M. Graham. M. Graham's one of them, but what's the other one? Holbein. Holbein is. I think that's. I'm not sure if Gene Haynes is Holbein. Daniel Smith. That's it. Daniel Smith. Yeah, Gene Haynes is the Daniel Smith. Thank you, Janet. And they're tubes, so you squeeze them out. So they and you spray them, and they're very concentrated. Yeah, very concentrated. Now, like I said, some of these are the leftovers from my Jane Davenport little tins, or the uh, Prisma tins. Let's see. Hannah said I started coloring about 6 or 7 years ago when she found me, and during that time you were using a lot of acrylic paint backgrounds and paint over it. Yeah, I still do that. I do a lot of backgrounds still with acrylic. I do. The thing is I'm not doing as many. I'm not coloring as much as I used to. I got more into doing more collage, and so I still like to do I just flip through my book. I've probably done 10 pages in the last couple of months, but I just don't do it every single stream like I used to. There for a while, I was doing nothing but color book pages. And then I guess during the virus, I kind of did a whole bunch of like traveler size notebooks, kind of collage, mixed media. And of course, I've always liked collage and always done collage in some form, but I really started getting more into it probably, I don't know how many years ago. I lose track of time. Hi, Devin. Yeah, thank you. I love mixed media. I mean, there's just no reason to just do just pencils or just one thing. I don't think. Okay, that's a what do you call it? A ribbon around our neck here. So that needs to be something else. Let's kind of lighten it up or make it because there's a little charm heart right there, and this is a ribbon around her neck. So let's just change it to a little bit different color there. Okay. And so, like the bubbles, I can do the bubbles with Posca or an acrylic paint pen or something. It doesn't bother me at all to do acrylic bubbles on top of watercolor or whatever. I just if it works, it works. I don't know how to mix markers without making it look like a mess. Well, what kind of markers, Missy? Are you talking about acrylic? I mean, are you talking about alcohol markers like Copics? Is that what you're talking about? There's water-based markers, and now there's tons of acrylic markers and alcohol markers. And then there's also really watercolor markers if you look at the Eco line. So they're watercolor. So what kind do you mean, Missy, that making it look like a mess? Which one are you talking about? Hi, CK. Justy said, perhaps I need to invest in actual watercolor paint versus watercolor pencils. If you really like watercolor, the way watercolor looks, I would say get some watercolors and you can still use the pencils. You can still use the pencils as accent too. I'm waiting to see. I have a set of okay, alcohol markers. Okay. Yeah, alcohol markers do take some practice. I think the best tip I could give you is if you want them to blend, where you want them to blend, it has to be wet. So even if you have to re-wet the dark and re-wet the light and then kind of blend them together, they have to have a wet edge for them to really blend. They need a wet edge. But I love alcohol markers too. I love all of it for different reasons. And sometimes I just feel like doing one or the other. but I'm not really a watercolor artist. I mean, I can color, and I'm going to go in here and, add some shading and stuff. But to do watercolor paintings, I mean, I've done a few, but it's not my favorite. I don't enjoy watercolors like I do acrylics, for instance, or even markers. But for markers, I really only use markers pretty much in coloring. I don't like do art pieces. I don't do art pieces in marker. I just use them pretty much for my coloring. I'm not saying never. I don't ever say I said never. I never use alcohol markers or something, but um, and of course, then I got into pan pastels, which I love me my pan pastels, but they are, for streaming pan pastels, and I stream with them, but trying to hurry with certain things, it's, I can't finish things on a 3-hour stream of pan pastels. So, but I started really getting into my pan pastels, combining those with my color pencil portraits, because I used to do my portraits all in color pencil with maybe a little acrylic paint, highlights or a little acrylic paint, but pretty much it was 100% or 90%, we'll say, color pencil. But when I got pan pastels, I started doing all the base coating and all the tons of stuff in my portraits with pan pastels. Love them in my portraits. And then using color pencil on top. And you've seen me do that with my color book pages, like girls, well, guys too. I mean, I've done men, women, and do all kinds of skin tones. I do every color skin tone, in my coloring. And but I love pan pastels, but they're expensive. Hi, Kat. We were talking about you earlier. But the thing about pan pastels versus, say, a Copic, or now, of course, now you can get your alcohol markers and Ohuhu markers a lot cheaper than when you were, if you were collecting Copics. Of course, you can still get the Copic chows. Let me find. You can get the chows. These are less expensive, and you can buy these like in a set of 5: skin tone light, skin tone dark. So these are less expensive than the Sketch, which these are the Sketch, the ones that have the oval on them. But one of these costs about the same as one pan pastel. Maybe pan pastels, maybe just a little bit, now that they're really popular, they're a little bit more expensive, but still, and you can buy pan pastels individually. You can buy them as a set of greens, reds, blues. You can buy the sheets of the whole flat sets. You can buy them individually, but I do recommend that if you really want to get into pan pastels, even if you buy them individually, that you buy the trays to keep them in. The tray is so much easier to keep them flat in a tray than have them stacked in little towers with the lids on them. It's so much better to have the trays if you can. And the trays, they're just empty trays. They're not expensive. I do not have pan pastels, but love ink tints combined with alcohol markers and water-based markers. The secret is, yes, it is. That is very true, CK. It's very important on the paper and controlling the water. This is not getting saturated. I'm taking it slow and just doing, not oversaturating this with water, especially on, right? This is not watercolor paper. Although I've used watercolor paper on copy paper color book pages. Okay, Maya Michaels does not have pan pastels at mine. But yeah, you can get them a Blick, let's see. And I'll probably be making a Blick trip for my birthday. next week's my birthday, but we probably won't get to go until the following weekend or even the following weekend after that because Hubster's got some work things he's got. And so we probably won't get over there. But we usually go to Blick, Barnes and Noble, and the Varsity for I like the onion rings. He likes the chili dogs. But that's usually our trip. Sometimes we also have included going to the High Museum, depending on if they have things that we want to see. Let's see. Ellen says I have Paul Rubin watercolor and find it hard to open them and take the paper off. Yeah, it's a little tedious. It's a little tedious to take the papers off the pan watercolors. It is. Let's see. Oh, said hi to Kat. Your birthday is the same as your NFC. Okay, Angie. All right, I'm going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and paint in her skin. Let me see where no cat's in here. Well, I'll close the door. Let me do a BRB, and then we'll let this, and I can always hit it with the heat gun too, heat tool. So let me just take a quick BRB, okay? All right, Malibu, you're not hiding in here. I don't want you jumping up on there. Okay. But I just like using, I like using all different mediums. That's why, we'll be using watercolor, acrylic. I could paint the background acrylic. I could pan pastel some stenciling in the background. I could use ink pads, and stencil in with ink pads. Let's see. These laughing at something. I'm not sure what. Let's see. Oh, because it's quiet when I leave the room, Angie. Well, do you want me not to talk? You just want to sit there and just watch me do something and not talk? If I was going to do that, I would just do videos. I like talking to y'all. That's why I do lives. I don't do recorded videos because let me get some fresh baby wipes. I like hanging out and talking with y'all. And that's why I've pretty much always done lives. I mean, I've made a few videos, but it's not fun for me. I don't like editing. I don't, I just like sitting here. I just turn it on, turn the camera on. We start talking, and here we are. And if something messes up, then it messes up. Well, you know what not to do. You know what I mean? It just doesn't bother me if something goes wrong. I mean, I want it to. I don't want it to go wrong or anything like that. But if it does, it's like, oh, well. Thank you, View. Okay. Thank you, Asa. Thanks for stopping in. And, and like I said, let me get started here. My, my channel started from the get-go to be an inspiration and an encouragement to get people to, try different things because I like so many different things. So we try a lot of different things. And so that's always been my goal is to get, inspire you and to encourage you to try things. If it doesn't turn out, it's okay. It's okay. And, you want to make pretty things, and I know that, and we're not getting political, but there's a lot of artists now that I've actually seen them say, if you're not doing art for political reasons, then your art, you might as well not do art. I literally have seen people say that, and I have unfollowed them. I'm just not, my life is not that way. So don't let anybody tell you. If you want to do political art, that's fine, but don't tell the rest of us that's the only reason to do art. Is for political art, yes, exactly, CB, exactly. So don't let and you know we said the same thing. People used to say when we started color booking first came out and everybody was doing color booking and practicing different techniques, watercolor, pencil, marker, acrylic paint, all kinds of mediums on color book. Oh, well, that's not art. You know, and never mind that you're learning 10 different skills by using pencils and all the different things, you know, and it would discourage people from even trying. And I go, oh well, it's not art. I don't, you know, I shouldn't even be coloring then. I mean, there's the haters out there, the people that just take, you know, the hate because for whatever reason. So don't let people, especially in the climate we're in these days, don't let anybody tell you if you're not doing political art that you're not doing art. You know, just don't even go there. Let's see. But we've been through all that. And Cat and Pace has had a couple of good videos recently talking about different issues. We don't have as many issues in the color book world as we used to, and or just even YouTube in general. You know, I've been at this I'm in my 16th year of making live streams, and we've seen a little bit of all of it, haven't we, Janet? You gotta roll with it, people. You gotta roll with it, and just ignore the haters. You gotta just ignore the haters. Okay, so I'm gonna take some of this pink over here. Well, you know, let's get some of this pink right here. And now I don't have a lot of skin tone thingies going on here. I'm gonna have to go real light and take my time. And a little bit of pink, a little bit of white, a little bit of yellow ochre, and we're just gonna kind of mix up something here for a white girl. Y'all know we do all different skin tones, and y'all seen me do every color. So if you can see that, see how it's kind of a tan color there? And that's with pink, yellow, and white. And we can always go in after I have a base coat. We'll probably go back in here with some pencil and get some, you know, other shading and stuff like that. Yes, we don't, Tina. We do not. And I've even seen people, you know, talk about that. You know, that we all should be talking about politics on all our art channels now. No, no, we're not. Okay. Oh, wait, you know, before I do that, let me go ahead and do her eyebrows in some blue and a green. So anyway, I said all that to encourage you that if you see that going on, don't get discouraged and don't just, you know, either ignore it, block, no, you know, or just hide them, you know, you don't have to have that going on in your life. You don't have to have the negativity and the hate, you know, going on in your creativity and in um your either channels or in your art. Okay, so don't let that bother you. Well, I'm sure it may bother you, but don't let it stop you. Don't let it stop you. Thank you, Tina. All right, let's see. All right, let's get a little bit of. I'm going to keep it very watered down, but that doesn't mean I'm sloshing on a bunch of water. I'm going to just do it very lightly. Okay, start very light. You can always let it dry or dry it and come back and add the next layer. Because if you add a whole bunch of layers, you're going to get your uh, not even so much buckling, but you're going to have it pilling and going through. You know, it's okay if anything goes through, but on watercolor, you're oversaturating your page. You're going to have a lot of issues. So just kind of take your time. And the other thing too is you want to the best way to do your watercolors, whether it's a color book or anything else, is you have your palettes here. It's best not just to go dive right into your color and straight over. You want to kind of water it out, you know, mix your colors and do all that. Don't just go straight from. And I say don't. You can do what you want and you can try it and see what works for you, but you don't. You'll have better results if you go onto your palette and mix your colors and pick it up from here rather than right out of the thing. And I've done it. I mean, I've said, oh, I'm talking and I just pick up a color, but it's best. it's best that you, kind of go out here on a palette and get it going. All right, so let's get her little nose there and a little bit under her eyes there. Shh, 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 shh. I do that when I'm thinking and concentrating. I'll go ahead and do some of her lips here because there's going to be some pink in her lips. So anyway, yeah, I just saying all that to tell y'all not to get discouraged when you see so much negativity these days. Turn the news off, get out your watercolors, get out your color books, and take a break. You know, you're not going to solve the whole world's problems, and you're not meant to. You're not meant to. Okay. Oh, let's see. Just exactly what it says, Judy, or Justy. Just exactly what it says. All right. So we'll get a nice base coat. All right, let's get a little bit more made up here, a little bit more pink, a little bit of white, and a little bit of yellow ochre, a little more white. Okay. So now we have a nice little base coat on her skin. Janet goes, but if you want to talk smack, and again, I'll talk different issues with you, but not in, this channel here is for art. I started this channel for inspiration, encouragement, and art, not to, argue over politics, religion, and anything else. We're not here to argue, we're here to create. All right, let's see. I need a little bit more green here. Let's just re-wet this. The watercolors are re-wet. And let's just do a little bit right here. A couple of strands of hair that I missed. All right, so this is pretty dry, but I'm going to go ahead and hit it with the heat gun, and then I can add some more layers. Okay, just to make sure. It won't take but a second because it's been sitting here and drying pretty well. Hi, Carrie. I watched your video, Carrie. I don't know when you posted it yesterday. Anyway, I watched it. I didn't comment, but I did watch it. All right, so let's dry this real quick. And it helps to dry the back. It helps any buckling if you dry the back as well as the front. And it's going to buckle a little bit, which doesn't bother me because I end up mounting these on black cardstock and putting them in a sleeve. So if it has a little bit of buckle, it usually goes away. But if you oversaturate it, you will get buckling. But look, this hurts just a little. See, very little. Okay, so now I'm going to go back in here and add some more. And I could do this stage with pencil. I can go get my pencils out right now, but I'm trying to use watercolor as much as I can just to show y'all you can. The other thing that if you like the look of watercolors, you can also use your Neocolor 2 water-soluble crayons. Let me grab those. Hang on, they're under these pencil cases. Let me pull them out here. Go. If you're going to get any kind of water-soluble crayons, you should save up for these. You don't have to get 84. You don't need 84. I'd recommend at least 24 or 36. I'm not sure how many come in the different sets. But these are the best concentrated, pigmented, water-soluble crayons. But don't forget, now this is very important, Neocolor 2. Neocolor 1s are not water soluble. So if you get Neocolor 1s, they are wax crayons. Better quality than, say, Crayola, although Cat and Paste could probably do amazing things with either. But if you want the water soluble, you have to make sure it has the 2. Can't stress that enough. But anyway, I'll show you quick. Whoops. So they have 2 trays full here. Okay. In this set. And they last forever. I mean, they just do. And I have a couple in here that are broken. I did tape this one back together. Let me try to just show you. Whoops. Let me just try to show you with maybe the green or something. Let's see. What green do I want? A darker green? What do I want? Or a teal color. Let's go with the teal. Oh, this may not be tealy enough. Let's go with this one. What's it called? This one is, God, so hard to read. I can't see it. Malachite green. Okay, this is malachite green. When Janet uses them, she uses the back end here. So when she when she pulls them with the brush, she pulls it off the back. And I don't do that. Let me get a smaller brush here. I pull it off of the tip here. Now you can do this. You can put it down like this and wet it. Okay. And do this with them. Or if you want smaller areas, like what I'm going to do here, you just get your wet brush, or you can use a water brush, that has water in it, and pull it off the tip like that. Now be careful when you're over, and I just thought of it while I was doing it. I'm glad I didn't do it. But if you go over the top of it like this and you want to get your brush wet, look, see how it flicked? You don't want to do that. So when you're going to use, let me turn this over. When you're going to use your crayons, don't flick them unless you're not over your piece. Don't flick them. You just want to rub the paint off, okay? It's kind of like the pan pastels. You don't want any spit on your page. All right, so you can see here how concentrated they are. Can y'all see that? No, let's see. Maybe I need to zoom in one more now that we're starting to get into more detail. Here, let's zoom in one more. There we go. Let's see. So the color, I'm looking at my color and that color, and my color is a little light. Let's turn the brightness down just a tad. There we go. And so don't flick your brush over your piece. At least come over here to the side and just to be careful. Okay, so, or you can also put them down on plastic or your tin here, and then wet it down, and you can have it like that. Okay, so you can do it just hard, pressure or color, and then wet it. You can do it like this and wet it, or you can just take it off of the crayon and use it that way. Y'all got any more questions on the Neocolors? See, now I've got to get in here with this darks here with my Neocolor. Thanks, Kat. I'm back over here getting the paint off of the tip because I don't want to accidentally flick. And this needs a little more water. It's a little too concentrated. So get in here and get some shadows. Let's see if there's any more questions. Put them in caps. Yes, the butt end view. And Janet's Neocolors have little holes in the butt. because she uses the back end, but the points are like brand new. Uh, funny view. This family texting each other. Let me move my phone off thing there. Oh, you're welcome, Ellen. Yeah, you're welcome. Again, I'm coming over here to pull the paint off so I don't accidentally flick because it's easy to do. But if you collect up the Neos, just make sure if you want the water soluble ones, you have to get the water soluble ones are the Neo Color 2. See that little Roman numeral 2 next to it? I do, Kat. I'm 100% all about sharing everything I know with you guys. I mean, I have personal things in my life, but I don't mean that. But I mean anything art related, techniques, anything like that. If I know something about it, I'm going to tell y'all about it. And if I mess up, I'm messing up on camera, so you know what not to do. And I've done that too. So now I'm going to just, kind of taking a little bit more time to get in here and get some, watercolor shadowing or depth going. Can y'all see it starting to shade up? Janet likes, yes, she does. Oh my goodness. But different mediums take different time. Some things take longer to complete. Let it dry or you know. But I love being able to do mixed media on anything, and that's like my collage when I do my discs. You know, the only thing that I think about really when I'm deciding what to use on my collage discs is it going to reactivate? And you can always, you can fixative certain things, but you do need to be aware that certain things are going to reactivate. So especially if want to varnish because I put a heavy coat of varnish on my discs in my in my like my red book, my red journal book. When I varnish them, if I have any watercolor, anything sit just a little, even a little bit, it's going to move when I varnish it if I don't fixative it. And that's another reason that I really liked getting the acrylic markers, the Artex and the different whatever brand you get. There's, Grabby and all the different ones. Is they're acrylic, and I can get little tiny details in my collages with my acrylic markers. And I don't have to worry, once they're dry, of course, I don't have to worry about them reactivating. So let's see. I'm not seeing anything else in caps. Hi. Hey, girl. Hey, Elisa. Oh, my goodness. Elisa's, and if y'all missed it, I showed them Monday when Elisa came in. She's the one that made my hands, my Hey Girl Hey hands. All right, so I think that's good for now, for a start. And again, when this dries, I can go back in here with pencil and do tiny little details, like in her eyes. I can get in there with pencil, eyebrows, hair flicks, you know. But let me all right. So I'm going to go ahead and put the crayon away, and come back over here to my watercolors. But I could do the same thing with the fish, use the crayons, get back in there with some of that. All right, something's not closing here. Where am I? Where am I not closing? Something's. Oh, there it is. Okay. I don't know what I was going to say. Let's see. Joanne. Yes, I love the Neocolor twos. All right, let's see. Now I'm going to go in here and get a little bit more orange. All right, so now let's see if I can see. Try to keep y'all in the stream here. A little bit of orange and a little bit of a sienna. A little bit of a sienna color here. So I can do some more shading. Now this is all dry, so I can get in here and do some more shading. And again, I do want to put some black spots and make these look like koi fish. I'll probably get a picture of a koi fish because I can't really remember how their spots look. Don't be afraid to get out a reference. If you're like, well, where do the spots on a koi fish go? Well, let's look them up. You know what I mean? Let's see here. I'm going to go over koi fish. Koi fish. Images. Why doesn't it didn't go to my koi fish? There we go. All right, let's see. Images. Let's find some with the spots. Koi fish colors. Here we go, like this. See, they're kind of patchy. Oh, here's a color chart. Okay, let's look at this one. Like, this is kind of where I'm heading. But no, those are all white with orange. I want to saw. Here we go. Something like this. There we go. See how the black spots are just kind of splotchy? Yeah, yes, it is. So, but again, I'm going to make sure that this that I'm doing now is dry before I go in there with splotchy black spots, A little more water. Trying to stay in frame here. It's her underarm there. I was going to say, is that a little fin? No, it's her armpit. It's her armpit there. It's a little bit more blending out there. This one back here will be darker. Be back here in the shadows a little bit. All right, let's see. They don't look like well, not yet. But right now, they probably just look like goldfish, don't they, Tina? They just kind of look like goldfish right now, which is another. She's not living in a pond; she's living in the ocean. So, goldfish and koi fish are, they're not salt water. I mean, maybe there's a version of them that's salt water. They look like goldfish, yeah. Which we could leave them that way, but I just kind of have a vision of them having the black spots, which it might ruin the whole thing if we put black spots on them. But we're gonna do it anyway. Okay, I think that's enough shading there. What do y'all think? I looked it up. There are saltwater. Oh, there are saltwater goldfish. They're big too. Okay. Tina goes, and they're big too. I have seen the goldfish with those big eyes, you know. All right, let's see here. Let me get a little bit. I'm going to go back to her little face here and get a little bit of this pink here. Just a little bit more of a pink color. Water it down. I should get my softer brush. So this one's a little, let's get the softer of the brushes here that I pulled. This one, I think. Yeah. Because I want to do light little cheeks there. Just a little bit of pink there. And her lips. Maybe a little down here on her neck. A little in her ears. All right. Okay. I have an off-topic question. Okay, go ahead, Justy. I'm waiting. I'm gonna get a sip of water. Who's your mom, Debbie? Is this is just this is how I would take it because it's cool kind of sounding. I don't know if it's the Hoosier because of Hoosier State, or is it like who's your mama? Which one is it? Is it like who's your mama? Or is it Hoosier mama? And I know it's Debbie, but you know what I mean. I just like thinking of it that way. Who's your mama? Let's see. Well, I'm waiting for Justy's question. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I know it's who's Indiana, but I'm just saying, is she doing like a play on words as well? You know what I mean, Kat? Is it the Hoosier, like the Indiana, or is it like both? Who's your mom? All right, Justy says, I made a mixed media project using gold paint, glitter, and my grandmother's jewelry. Would you spray it with a clear sealant? It probably couldn't hurt. You know who you need to look at for that kind of mixed media 3D projects is Finnabar. Finnabar? Is it Finnabar or Finnabar? I haven't seen her do anything lately. That doesn't mean she's not. I just haven't seen her pop up anywhere in like YouTube, but I'm sure she's like backlog. You can go to backlog, but she is like an expert in using three-dimensional jewelry and stuff like that in her work. So I would go look up Finnabar or Finnabar. I'm not sure how she pronounces. Hi, Kimberly. What's your name? Who's your daddy? Yeah, exactly. I didn't know she was being funny, but it's meant to be funny too. See, I told y'all. See, she's got a sense of humor. Uh, uh, yes, Finna Bear, yeah, her. She, if you want to do or want to know about, I don't do like jewelry in three. I've done a couple pieces like that. I quit doing three-dimensional like boxes and projects some years ago when I had to decide. I got some things I got to let go, and three-dimensional things, jewelry making, clay based doll making, a lot of things just had to go. But she does awesome three-dimensional, and she layers all kinds of stuff, paint and goop and all kinds of stuff. So I would recommend her go. I'm sure you can find old videos and stuff if she's not making anything new. um okay, there we go. Kat found the YouTube, and I don't think I've ever, I don't know if I've ever been to her. Well, I can't say that. Anytime recently, I haven't been to her YouTube. So but there you go. If you want to do three-dimensional art where you're using old jewelry and stuff, go check her out. Okay, Justy? There you go. Thank you, Kat. Thank you, Janet, for getting her name correct. I think that was, she's got it right. Okay, so let's see. All right, let's see. It's getting a little dark there, but the painting's getting a little darker. All right, so I think I'm going to dry this and go ahead and get out maybe some for I'll do the bubbles. We'll do that with liquid pearls. I got to do some penciling like in the eyes, and this will be um, a gold charm around her neck. Okay, but first, before we do anything, let's go ahead and do those black splotches, shall we? All right, let me brighten it back up just a little. Got a little dark there. Okay. All right. So, did I say hi to Devin? Did Devin come in? I said hi to Devin, didn't I? Finnabear is where I got inspiration to do mixed media crosses. Okay. All right, Arlene. Yeah, she's amazing. She's Polish, and she traveled for there for a while, and I'm talking maybe 10 years, 15, I'm not sure how long ago, because all her supplies, just like Jane Davenport supplies used to be in Michael's, Finnabar. Oh, I got some of her gesso here, and I don't think they sell this anymore. But this, if you ever can find this, and I think you can find it in littler tubes, if you can find this, there's not a better gesso in the world. It's the creamiest, butteriest, smooth. And I've had this for 10 or 12 years, and it's still good. It's still good. Art Basics. Michael's used to sell Art Basics. This is the best. This is the best gesso ever, in my opinion. Let me throw that out there because somebody's going, that's your opinion. Yes. Yes, exactly. It's smooth. Kimberly. Yes. I love this. And I don't use gesso very often. The only time I really use it is like maybe if I want to water down some, put some color, a little bit. I use it a little bit, but not very often. So, but I do have it sitting over there in my reserve stash of needed supplies. Okay, CB said she took a class with her. Very talented, very skilled and talented. Yeah, she's really, yeah, she's seems to be very friendly, very nice from what I've seen of her. And again, I haven't seen her really around in some years. Not saying that she's not, but then I don't go looking for her because she doesn't do the kind of art that I'm doing. Uh so okay, Kat found this is the Prima Marketing Gesso. Okay, is that the same stuff? Kat, I don't know. Yeah, I know you, and I have a couple of the little tiny jars or the little containers of it somewhere. I'm not sure where they are at this minute, but yeah, but I have that one sitting over there. It's just really creamy and like I said, I've had it forever. All right, let me dry this real quick before I put the black on there. Alrighty. So again, if y'all are wondering if or you came in late, this is the book that it's Wondrous Folk, Christine Karron. This is where I got this page out of, and have colored many of her pages. Um, and I showed them earlier. If y'all want to go back and see them, if you missed it. Okay. So now let's see. Is this soft enough? Do I need a little softer even? I think I need a little really soft brush here. All right, let's see. Let me clean a little spot over there. I don't like to wipe up all this because those are good colors. They're accidentally mixed or, pre-mixed, and so I like to, I'll reuse you re-wet them. How do you like the paint? It's this one. It's a I'd say a medium. It's a medium. It's not Amazon paper. It's one step up from that, but it's not textured and it's not watercolor. It's smooth. Okay. And as long as you have a light touch with the watercolor, it's fine for me. And Tina says it passed the Tina test, the TT, the Tina test. So if it passed the Tina test, you're probably okay. You've never seen her seal anything? Well, there you go, Justy. Has she done anything lately? When was her last video? Okay, let's see here. So now I want to get. I want to get maybe the blue black. Let's like what do you call it? Payne's gray. Not quite black. You know what I mean? All right, let's see here. We'll test. Yeah, it's good. It's kind of a purpley gray, black, blue. All right, let's see here now. All right, Tina. Does this pass the koi test now? Tina goes, they don't look like koi fish. They look like goldfish. Are we coying them up enough? Oh my goodness. Tina lives in Florida and there's all kinds of fish and alligators and everything else right outside her door. She lives on a lake. So hi, Rusha. Is that right? Rusha? Yeah, that's a tough test, right? See, cat and paste. Okay, a little bit there, maybe just a little there. I don't want to overdo. I just wanted to, just to, they're koi fish if they got the black on them, black spots. All right, let's come up here. A little bit more right there, I think. And again, once it dries, we can go in there and darken some up or, add more detail. Tina has an alligator baby visitor. Yes. The deer that come here. Well, maybe never the two shall meet. Cat and paste. Yes, they do. Yeah, they do. Who's your mama? Yeah. Hi, Thunder. Who else is here? I said hi to So. Who's Carrie? Is that right, Carrie? Cassie. Is it Carrie? Cassie. So is it Cassie or Carrie? I think it's Cassie, but I could be wrong there. And So is Debbie. No, I mean, So is Cassie, and Hoosier is Debbie. Let's see. All right, so there's a start there. I think we'll leave it at that for now. Maybe one more little swoop in it right there. Carrie. Okay. And I did just watch your video too, either last night or this morning. I don't remember. We get up early, so it's practically in the middle of the night, probably for most of y'all. That's how I catch every now and then Pam, Ginger Cat Pam, and Messy Dies in Australia, and Ginger Cat Pam streams overnight, and that's where I catch them. Like we're up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and Ginger Cat is on the West Coast, so it's like midnight for her when I'm getting up. And of course, Die is in Australia, and they're 12, 13, 14 hours ahead. So yeah, yeah. Let's see. Can't say if I never forget the stream where we were all complaining the animal ate our garden. It was raw. Who said a monkey pulled out all his plants? Yeah. Okay, when I'm scrolling, seeing if I miss anything. Don't forget, guys, if you're talking to me in particular, put it in caps. Yeah, there you go. Messy Die and what do you call it? Pam. They stream together most of the time. They switch off between their two channels. Messy Die and Ginger Cat Pam. Ginger Cat Pam. I don't think's in the name, but she's Ginger Cat and Messy Die. Yeah. Yeah, Tina. Well, and I get a lot done. I get a lot done between 4 and 8. So, oh no, there comes Malibu trying to get right back up here. That was a close one. I mean, she's literally almost put her foot right in there. After the pan pastel incident of 2015, when she got in the red, yellow, and blue. Yeah. All right. Let's see. So let me dry this. This is going to run her off probably. She doesn't like the. Okay, now I did not do anything. I'm going to go ahead and close this right now in case she does decide to jump back up here. I'm going to get a couple of pencils and I have my pencils in a case. I did organize organize a set of Prismacolors into a case, but I still have these leftover, as Denise would call them, crap pencils. And she says that because they're in a silverware tray. But I think I have enough of the colors in here that I don't need to go digging in my pencil case. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? It's iridescent. Got this a year or so ago. All right, let's see here. Let's get I want to get a dark teal or dark peacock green, and then a blue teal. This one will be good. And then a lime green, and maybe even a little bit of lime peel. So we'll get those. And then I probably won't do much more on the fish right now. We'll leave the fish alone. We'll leave the fish alone. Okay. And then maybe just a little bit of henna for the face. And then, because I got the greens for the eyes, and then I need my, where is it here? A Sharpie pen for the pupils and eyelashes, nostrils, corner of the mouth, Sharpie pen. So let me just do that real quick. because the ink in color book pages is rarely black. It's a gray. So if you want anything really black, like pupils, eyelashes, anything like that, Sharpie pen won't it won't bleed through either. Not that it matters in this case because I took them out of the book, but just so you know, the Sharpie pens don't bleed through. Okay, let's see, maybe a little bit more in her nostrils there. Same thing for the little fish eyes. I can go in there and get their little pupils nice and dark. You don't see those very much. Okay, so now let me get sharpen here. Let me go ahead and zoom in while I do these details. And let's adjust the color. It's a little fuzzed out. Maybe I can, let's see if I can autofocus it a little bit. Okay. Trying to get it as close to what's actually in front of me. All right, so now I'm going to take the lime peel and the lime color. Let's do lime peel in the shadow of her pupils. And just a little of the lime there. All right, let's go with the peacock green shadow. And then the teal. And then I'm going to go with the peacock green for the eyebrow hairs. I like to have eyebrow hairs. Okay, and then I like to use a little bit of slate blue for the shadows on the under the eyelashes. Just a little bit of slate blue gives it a little bit more realistic look. Thank you, Cat and Paste. Then let me find a white Posco or a white gel pen. Here's my Panda Fly. We'll go with that. And do some highlights in the eye. Okay, and now I'm going to go in with a little bit of henna and just do a little bit more shadowing. Which you really should do this part before you do the eyelashes, because now you got to kind of go around, be careful around those eyelashes. Okay. Now I'll go back with the white. Get a little nice little corner there. Plus, if you want the makeup to look really nice, a little white pencil. And I have more white pencils. Don't email me. Put a little bit of white in the corner of the eyes. We'll give her a little bit more. And if you do that on yourself too, you'll take 10 years off your eyes. If you put some white in the corner, not in the corner of the eye, on the outside of the eye, white shadow on the outside of the eye and the outside the corner of the eye will make your eyes bright and youthful. All right, so let's just go ahead and do a little bit more here. I'm not going to do too much, just a little bit here. A little bit more on the lips. A little bit around the nose there. And then a little bit of white highlight on the lips. And then I'm going to go back with the black and do the lower lashes. Maybe just a little bit on the lip there. And you could also do just a tiny. Don't make it look like she has a milk mustache, But you could add a little bit of highlight on the upper lip there. And sometimes I like to add a little bit of shine on the tip of their nose and the little bit in the chin, like that. All right, let's see. Do I have anything? Do you just use the pencil nubs trigger? And well, here's a good. This is a good thing to know. Do I have them right here though? I don't think I have it right here. The pencil extenders. I don't have one right here in front of me, but you can use a pencil extender. Let me see if it's in my case. Let me move this out of the way. All right, I'm going to back up now. See how zoomed in we were? Do I have one in a pencil extender in here? I don't think I do. Oh, here. Well, here's one. Here's a pencil extender, though. See? So you can. I have one handy, Tina. I have a hand, and I like my wood one. I have an old Prismacolor wood one somewhere. I'm not sure where it is at the moment. I thought it was right in here, in with all the just leftovers, but I don't see it. Tina. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and take the peacock. Let's rolling away. I'm going to take the peacock green. All right, let's move back in now a little bit. Let's move back in one more. Let's brighten it up and let's fix the. Okay, did that fix it? I think so. All right. All right, so I'm going to get in here and just do some hair flicking. Okay, so I can do some hair flicking. And then also I'll do that with the white, add some extra little things like coming down in her eyes and stuff. Well, let me see. Let me zoom in one more. Hang on. And then I also, let me get out my liquid pearls real quick. What color do I want? Do I want probably white? Probably want pure white liquid pearls. I'm going to do that too. All right, so first I'm just going to kind of get a little bit more shadow with some hair flicks, and I can smooth those out with the lighter teal color, but I want to show a couple of little tricks here before we go. So again, get in there and just get some detail, which I'm not going to do all right now. I'll try to finish this up though today and post it on IG later. But you don't want to put your liquid pearls till you're pretty much done for the day. Okay? Because you want to make sure it dries 100% and you're not going to roll your arm through it or your hand through it. All right, so again, I'm going to go back in here with some more shadows and things with the hair, okay? But I'm going to stop for right now because I want to show you a couple things. I really want where's my Poscas? What do I do with them? Where did I put my, I think it's up here. One of these, probably two will work. I'm not sure, but we'll see. I'll add, and you really want to do this after you finish doing all your shading, okay? Then you can go in here with a few little highlighted hairs. Okay, this one's not working well. This one's kind of too thick, but we'll see what we can do here. And no, that one's not working either. This is the size I need. I'm gonna have to. I have some more. I just got to dig around them. There we go. Okay, and you can get some individual little hairs in there. And then if you get real brave, you can do this. But I got to make sure it works. You only get really one shot of this. I have another one here. I got more Poscas sitting around here somewhere. I just don't know where they are at the moment. And I need something to, let's see, to get it working. Hang on. Working long enough to do this. to put a strand of hair coming down in her eyes. And then take just the sharpest pencil and do just a little bit of shadow. And the shadow doesn't even have to touch. It doesn't have to touch the hair because the hair could be outside of her face, not touching her face. Try the panda fly here. Yeah, it's working pretty good. Okay. These are really good gel pens. So you can kind of see. Thanks, Cat and Paste. Well, it's more shadowing, you know. I do need to get in here and do more shading, but I don't want to do it right now because I want to show y'all how to do this real quick before we go. And I'll come back later when the liquid pearls is dry, finish it up, probably post this tomorrow. You know, will probably be the best. Move this off the table. Some room. All right, so now I'm going to take my liquid pearls. Yeah, I love maybe Kat can put the link, or she might have already done so. The panda fly, you can get the white, the gold, and the silver, and you can get them in by themselves or in sets of 3 with the, or 6, with the different, those 3 colors, but they do work really, really well. All right, so now all my bubbles, I'm going to, that's good. I'm going to do nice big pearly bubbles. And then I'm going to go in and add my own, which you really don't want to do that until you've got all your hair completely done, because then otherwise you're going to have to be painting or drawing and shading around around the bubbles. But I want y'all to see what it looks like, so I'm going to do it. I'll just add my own. Oh, that's a fisheye. Oh, and I also got to do the little gold charm thing there. I almost put one of those bubbles coming out of that little fish butt. Let's put one little. All right, is that enough? Do I want one here? Maybe one right there. Okay, that's good. Okay, so you can see the liquid pearls, and they'll level off. I mean, it won't probably have that point on them when it's done. I don't really do that many that big, but it's good. All right, now I want to the gold. Let's get the gold. Let's get some gold stickles. And just the only place I'm going to add the gold is, do I need a pin, put a pin prick in that? It's gonna, hang on. I think I'm going to have to get a little needle or a pin to unclog this real quick. Let's see. Do I have one handy? I should. Ah, here we go. Unclog the, that's a bead. I know I just saw a pin. Here we go. All right. Let's unclog the tip there. Come on. Shake it down. There we go. It's starting to come out. There's not much left in this one. I think I have another one. Hang on. I'm going to be shaking it and fighting it. Let me just find another one here. Or do I want... You know what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do this so I can show y'all something. I hope there's something in the diamond one there. I want to show y'all what you can do too. Where's my gold pen? Oh, good grief. Let's see. All right. I'm going to take a gold marker and I'm going to let's pick that back up here. And I'm going to just do this gold here in the middle. And then where's my panda fly? Because it's a separate color gold. Sorry, guys, I got a little distracted here with the different golds. And what I was going to do, though, is take the diamond. So if you don't have a lot of stickle colors, if you have the diamond color, you can go over anything with the diamond, and it will pick up the color underneath, and it'll give it a sparkle of whatever color's underneath. So I'm just going over the gold and making it sparkly. Okay, that should do it. She has that gold necklace on, so there we go. And I got to do the little fish eyes there, but I think y'all can see what we got done today. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Wrong way. There we go. So bye, Ellen. Thank you. So I hope y'all enjoyed that, guys. Well, I'll take a thumbnail. And like I said, I'll try to finish her up. I want more shadows in the hair and the fish and everything. But I thought this was getting a lot done for one day. In one day with watercolor. So, yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope y'all go out and do something creative, make something fun, and, make something that makes you feel good about yourself and your life, and to be thankful and grateful for all that we have. I'm sure y'all are. Let's see, CB, Terry, thank you guys. Anybody I missed coming in, I do go back and scrub through. I do go back and scrub through my chat to see if I miss anybody new, so I can go follow you on your channels. And yeah, thank you, Tina. Thanks to my mods, Tina, Cheshire Cat, and Janet, wherever she is. Maybe she's out making some fresh coffee for the people leaving. All right, guys, y'all have a blessed rest of your day. And thanks again for being here while we did some watercolor coloring and inspiration. Okay, guys, bye.